Welcome to Peace Skill number 6. Be a loving but detached observer. I'm Dr. Scott Peck. I'm so glad you're with us. So here we are, you and I, and we're love masters working to be peace masters and to create peace. And we're in the middle of a conflict, and people are getting their feelings out, or someone's getting his or her feelings out. And we're listening with compassion, which is the love skill number 4, and love skill number 5, we are expressing unconditional positive regard. Both of these are fabulous love skills. By themselves, move us towards peace. But this one is important because this is what happens to me in a situation like this where I'm listening to somebody express their feelings and strongly. There's a tendency to get caught up in those feelings, like to respond to them and to say, you know, you're driving me nuts, or I completely disagree with you, or how could you think that you're finding yourself becoming emotionally involved? And that just feeds the conflict. No matter if you're pro or con. Yeah, I think you're right, that person's an idiot. Or I think you're wrong and you're an idiot. Either one of those positions creates more conflict, not less. So the skill is to be detached, so that when somebody's angry at something, you can listen to them, but you're not part of it. You're separate from that conflict. And that's what it means to be detached. You're emotionally detached. You're actually detached in real life. It's not your conflict. It's not your opinion and feelings that this person is expressing, or these people. At least you need to work towards that being the truth. And so when you're in this more detached mode, you know, people can say things and they can call you names, they can call someone else, they can vent all the things they do, and it kind of sails by and it doesn't bother you because you're in a detached mode. Very, very powerful for moving somebody towards peace, because in that detached mode, they will feel like, well, what's happening? I'm getting angry here and you're not participating with me. That's right. But too much detachment makes people think you don't care. And the fact is, you do care, because you're a love master. And the central word of this whole peace series is love. So we need to be detached, but a loving observer. And that's very exciting, because what that means is that as they're talking, and you're either detached or working to be detached so that you're not part of it, you're also working within your own heart and your private being to love this person. You may disagree with what they've done or what they're saying, but they're still worthy of being loved. And but you're being an observer. You're not saying, I love you, I may not agree with you, but I support you. You're not doing that. You're staying detached and you're observing, almost like you're watching a movie. That's what it really means to be detached. But the difference is, you're not watching a movie, you're right there and the other person is with you. They're in your energy field. And as you're listening with observation, which is really what a great counselor does, if you're listening with observation, it's very neutral. So the other person gets an opportunity to evaluate what he or she is saying, and to listen with, because the temperature comes down of the emotions. There's nothing to feed off of. And yet, they're not feeding off any anger towards you too, because even though you're being detached, you're being a loving observer. It's almost like you're saying the words, go ahead, say whatever you want, and I'm going to be here as a friend, but I'm going to remain impartial and detached. But I'm going to love you at the same time, but I just am going to be here almost like I'm an observer. So just go ahead and work through the conflict and let me be with you, loving you, but I'm going to be an observer and more detached. Very, very powerful.